India, with its two hostile neighbours, continue to pose both conventional and non-conventional threats. These threats cover the whole range of conflict on land, at sea, in the air, and in space and outer space. It is very important to have a strong defense architecture to stop all of these kinds of threats. In any economy, all sectors contribute to the overall growth of its economy. The defense sector is very important because it gives the country the tools it needs to protect itself from both inside and outside threats. One important thing to know about the industry is that the government of India is its only customer. The other customers are from other countries that are friendly. India's defense sector has gone through a lot of changes because the government wants to improve the country's defense by making it less reliant on imports. The Indian government has banned the import of hundreds of military subsystems and parts. This has made India's goal of becoming more self-reliant clearer, set goals for local defense manufacturers, and put the spotlight on the road ahead. This shows how the policy framework is slanted in favor of defense companies. The government has put in place a number of plans and measures to help the sector grow, which have led to a steady flow of capital and investment opportunities. From April 2000 to September 2022, $15.71 million worth of FDI has been put into the defense industry, according to the Make in India website. Earlier in 2020, the government raised the FDI limit from 49% to 74% under the automatic route, and up to 100% in the defense sector through the government route. India has about 194 defense startups that are working on new ways to use technology. The government has set a goal for defense production of 1.75 lakh crore by 2025. This goal includes 35,000 crore rupees for export. The amount that will be spent on the budget in FY23 has been set at 5.3 trillion rupees, which is a 10% increase from last year. Exports of defense goods have gone up a lot because there are more partnerships with the private sector. India exported defense items and technology worth a record 13,000 crore rupees in 2021-22, and this number is likely to rise to 17,000 crore rupees in 2022 and 2023. Small and medium-sized businesses are now as aware as the government that they can help the defense sector in ways that haven't been used yet. India exported defense goods worth 8,000 crore rupees in the first 6 months of the current financial year. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh said that India wants to reach its annual export goal of 35,000 crore rupees by 2025. Also, he said before 2014, India used to export defense goods worth between 900 crore rupees and 1,300 crore rupees. After the fights between Armenia and Azerbaijan, India will send Armenia missiles, rockets, and ammunition. Indigenous Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher will also be part of the deal. After the Philippines and India made a deal to give the Philippines BrahMos missiles, Middle Eastern countries could soon make a deal with the Indian government to buy the supersonic cruise missile that was made in India. After seeing that South Asian countries are waiting in line to buy this missile, these countries began to talk about it. In addition, these countries went to India to buy the missile because the geopolitical situation had changed. The US had stopped selling arms and ammunition to some countries in the region, and Russia's war with Ukraine had changed the relationships between countries. Talks with Indonesia about the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile are already well on their way. Indonesia wants to buy these missiles, as they already uses Russian platforms, like the Su-27 fighter jets and Kilo-class submarines, so it won't be hard to fit the BrahMos missiles on board. With a focus on Make in India, India has taken a clear step towards self-reliance and localization in the defense sector. For the defense industrial base to grow, it is important to use the potential of both public and private Indian industries, as well as the technological skills developed by academic and research institutions. An important initiative from the government's end is the Positive Indigenization List. It is a list of defense needs that will only be met by products made in the country. Sunil Misra, Director General of Society of Indian Defense Manufacturers, says that putting out the positive list is a major policy move that shows what the government really wants to do. He also says, the combination of India's brainpower, a friendly policy environment, entrepreneurs who are willing to take risks, and a strong manufacturing sector will signal that the private sector will play a major role in the defense space. When it comes to defense manufacturing, there is still a lot of ground to cover, in terms of making new products, and making more of them. If the Indian industry has to rely only on domestic demand, it won't have much reason to invest in R&D and production facilities. This is because there won't be any economies of scale, and contracts won't be given out very often. This makes it less likely that the industry will get future supply orders, and makes it possible that manufacturing capacity won't be used to its fullest. So, opening up exports of defense products was necessary to give private industry in the home country a bigger role in designing, developing, and making defense products.